Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen. It is April 2020 and we are still undergoing a little bit of a lockdown here where we live in Toronto. People are still doing social distancing, a lot of businesses are closed, a lot of people are out of work, and we find ourselves with a lot of time on our hands. So what I really wanted was a hamburger. And the restaurant that I really like the hamburger from is closed, completely closed. They're not even open for takeout. So I thought I'd make something at home that sort of approximates what they do, but it won't be the same. It definitely won't be the same. And so I'm going to start today with making a bun, a brioche type hamburger bun. And I'm going to do it not quite as extravagant as a lot of brioche buns can be. A lot of brioche buns can be heavy on eggs and butter and milk. And I know that, based on our current circumstance and where the grocery stores are in terms of what they can stock, what they can carry, and how often you can go, I thought I'd sort of scale that back, make something that was still brioche, but maybe not as extravagant. So into this bowl, I have put both bread flour and all-purpose flour, and you can mix and match to whatever proportion that you want. You could go all-purpose if you want to. You could go all bread flour if you wanted to. That would slightly change the amount of liquid that this would take, but it wouldn't be too much different. I'm going to put in some sugar because I think a brioche bun needs that little bit of sweetness. That's part of the whole deal. In next is instant yeast. You could use active dry if you wanted to. You wouldn't put it in here. You'd put it in the water first and let it bloom. Next in is some salt and water, warmish water. Body temperature water. If it's somewhere around 98 degrees, you're fine. The Fleischmann instant yeast that I'm using will take water up to like 130 degrees Fahrenheit, so you've got a lot of wiggle room there. In goes the milk and the butter. And the butter's kind of soft, but not liquid. Now the last ingredient is the egg, so I'm going to put in one whole egg. And the second egg, I'm going to save the white for an egg wash later, and the yolk is going to go in with the dough. So we'll just separate that out. And I mean, you don't have to be too crazy about making sure that you've got them separated. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to pop this onto the stand mixer. This is the stand mixer that I just fixed in that other video, if you want to check out the video of how I fixed it. So it seems to be working. This will be the first time that I've actually used it in the kitchen since fixing it. Now I just want to stir together the dough, incorporate all of the ingredients. You could do this with the paddle attachment if you wanted to. I'm just going to use the dough hook the whole way through. And you might have to lower the bowl and scrape it down a little bit just to get it to come together completely. Okay, once you've reached this stage where it looks like a ragged ball of dough inside, and it'll be quite sticky, just turn it up one more and let it knead. Now this is one of those doughs that is going to take a very long time to knead together into something that's nice, smooth, and elastic. The addition of the butter, the milk, and the eggs are what makes this harder to knead. So this could take 15, 20 minutes before it comes together. And if the butter sort of comes out to the side and onto the side of the bowl, you may need to scrape it in just to make sure that it's fully incorporated. And that's a sign that maybe your butter wasn't soft enough. Okay, it looks really good. It is a sticky, sticky dough. So if it takes you a long time to knead it together to get a dough ball that kind of looks like that, nice, smooth, and elastic, it's okay. It's going to take as long as it takes. Now, it is a very sticky dough. And something that I've found with this type of dough that really helps with the shaping later is to cover it and allow it to go through the first rise. Leave it for about 45 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes have gone by, and now we're going to do a stretch and fold, which is exactly what we did in the no knead recipe. Just grab a piece of dough, you stretch, and you fold it over the top. You turn it, you grab a piece of dough, you pull it, and you stretch it and fold it over the top. And you could do this 4, 6, or 8 times, depending on how sticky your dough is. Each time you do this, it's going to help build the gluten, and it's going to make it easier to shape down the line. So I'm going to go 8 times, I think. Or as many times as I go until I've forgotten how many I've gone. Okay, so I'm going to put the lid back on, and this is going to rise for another 45 minutes to an hour. And there we go. That has risen nicely. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out onto the countertop, and there's no flour on the countertop. And oh, that's just beautiful dough. Now I need to break this into 8 relatively equal pieces, and you can eyeball it if you want to, or you can use a scale. I'm going to try and use a scale and see where that gets me. So these need to be about 115 grams each, and once you sort of get the first one, it'll all make sense. It'll be really easy. 116, not so bad. Okay, so this is really sticky dough. Okay, so we need to shape these into a dough ball that will then rise to become the bun. And it's really simple. So no flour on your countertop. And you just sort of cup your hand around the dough, and you don't really grab it. You just let it stick to the counter and move your hand. And you can do it with one hand, or you can do it with both hands. I find that sometimes both hands, especially with a really sticky dough, is a lot easier. And so you just roll it around, and you end up with something that looks like that. Scoop it up. Okay, now I'm going to cover these with a tea towel just so they don't dry out. If you have one of those big plastic bags that you could slide it into, that would work fantastic. Or if you have a couche, that would be great. I find that plastic wrap really sticks to it too much as the balls try to rise, whereas the tea towel allows it to do what it's supposed to do. The buns have risen nicely. They look pretty good. And I'm going to make a little bit of an egg wash. So this is the egg white that I held back from the recipe. I'll put in a little bit of water, give it a mix, and then brush it on top. This is also the point where you could put on top any sort of seed or topping that you want to put on. Now the oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and these don't take long at all, about 15 minutes or so, of course depending on your oven. Okay, so I don't know that I'm going to spend too much time on the burger part. The real star of this show is the bun, so let's cut one open and see what happens. Super soft, beautiful inside. I'm really happy with these buns, so they're going to make a great burger. Now the burger itself is just a little bit of ground beef. I've put them out into about 85 gram pieces. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Woo-hoo! A lot going on in here. So, smash burgers, I never cooked them this way. For some reason, our family always did them on the grill. My mom never...
Like a stove grill or like
No,
barbecue?
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Like an outdoor barbecue grill. They never did them.
I would say that I don't think I ever really ate them as a child. But if we did, it was probably fried.
Really?
Just straight up, fried.
Oh, so make the patty and then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember ever really barbecuing as a child.
No?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to have a double patty with cheese in the middle.
Ooh.
And fresh brioche buns.
Woohoo! The anticipation's killing me. I don't know what to do. It's like, do you want me to bring my buns
No,
over?
no. Put your stuff on your bun.
Oh, my stuff on my bun already. Oh my goodness.
Okay, Jules.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is hot.
It looks very hot. Perfect.
And bun lid.
Rearrange my onions a bit. Ha!
Not so bad. Not so bad.
Not so bad. Big bun.
Yeah, I could have made the buns. I could have made the buns smaller. Definitely could have made the buns smaller. But the proof is in the pudding.
All right, I'm ready.
So what I really like about brioche buns for burgers is that they are squishy and soft.
They are squishy and soft, so you can actually put them in even though they look huge.
Mm-hmm. That bun's amazing. That's a good bun. Mm-hmm. Okay. So which is your favorite bun for a burger? The brioche bun?
Pretzel buns?
Potato bun. A lot of people love a potato bun.
Yeah, there's
And
so
then
many
there's-
options. And then there's just basic kind of your standard bun.
Something called a Hawaiian roll. It's not really sold here. I don't know what it... I should look it up and see what it actually is because it might correlate to something that we have. But I've never gone into the grocery store or into a burger place and
And
seen
seen it as an
a
option.
Hawaiian bun. So, you've got some time. If you're working from home or if you're at home, this might be a project that you might want to tackle. The buns are amazing. And they're not just for
Burgers.
burgers. No.
You can use them for anything.
Almost
They're
anything.
lovely, soft,
Yeah.
tasty buns.
So thanks for stopping by. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you again soon.